Hello everyone, this is Simple Math for you, and our objective today is to revise Chapter 6, Linear Inequalities. Lessons: solving one-step inequalities, solving multi-step inequalities, solving compound inequalities, solving absolute value inequalities, and graphing inequalities into variables. أهلا بكم في قناتكم Simple Math for you، واليوم سنقوم بمراجعة الوحدة السادسة التي تتضمن الدروس التالية: حل المتباينات بخطوة واحدة، حل المتباينات بعدة خطوات، حل المتباينات المركبة، وحل المتباينات التي تحتوي على القيمة المطلقة، ثم رسم المتباينات في متغيرين. الجزء الأول. We are in part 1 and we will start solving. Which of the given inequalities is the solution to the graph below? Now we have a number line, عندنا الحل موجود, and it is very clear that it is closed circle, دائرة مغلقة. So for sure we will have either this or that. The closed circle includes the equality. There is an equal sign. So C is not included, D is not included. So we have A or B as a solution. And since the solution is to the right of the inequality, to the right, more than D minus 1, then definitely the solution is B. This is the solution. Draw a graph to represent solution set of Y less than minus 4 or minus 4 more than y. As you know that when you want to start with the variable in the inequality, then you need to reverse the inequality. So we can say that this is equivalent to that. مكافئة لهذه. إذن we have this number line at minus 4. There is an open circle, دائرة مفتوحة لأن ما في يساوي, less than, less to the left, less أقل من, so this is the solution. Which is the solution set of this inequality. So we need to isolate the k, نخلي الفاريبل لوحده. Let's take the 4 to that side, keep the k, خلي ال k, and when you move the plus 4 to the other side, it is 32 as the same, the plus 4 becomes minus 4. 32 minus 4 is 28. And then start by the AK, we will reverse the inequality. So the solution will be all the values of k such that k is less than 28. The solution is A. Question 4. Which is the solution set of the following inequality? You can either move the 8ay to the 7y and the 1 there, or vice versa, no problems. Let's do it this way. Then 7y minus 8y more than minus 9 minus 1. Remember, when you move from one side to the other side, reverse that sign. Minus 1y, so it's minus y, more than minus 10. And we need y, so we will multiply both sides by minus 1. يعني ممكن نضرب الطرفين المتباينة بناقص 1 أو نقسمهم 2 على ناقص 1. It doesn't matter. So we will divide by minus 1. And when you divide or multiply by a negative number, reverse the sign of the inequality. So it is all the values of y such that y less than 10, and this is the solution. Now we have to solve and graph on the number line. Same thing here, we want x alone, so negative 6 is multiplied by x. I will divide both sides by minus 6. So x dividing by a negative number reverses the sign of the inequality. So x less than 3 and open circle at 3. Less means to the left. So this is the solution. Solve the inequality 5x less than 65. Divide by 5. So x less than 13. It says that describe how the graph of the solution would look on the number line. How does it look like? Since x means all numbers and it is less than 13, then the graph has an open circle. It will be like an open circle at 13 and an arrow that goes from there to the left. This is the description. This is the graphing. If we write it, we will write open circle at 13. دائرة مفتوحة عند ال 13 عند ال 13 and an arrow سهم يعني that goes from there to the left. This is the description. Said says that if you multiply or divide each side of an equality by a negative number, then the inequality sign changes direction. سعيد يقول إنه عند ضرب أو قسمة المتباينة على عدد سالب، إذا إشارة المتباينة تتغير أو تنعكس. نعم، صح، أكيد. He gives an example. If negative 2x less than 4, then x more than minus 2. Of course, because if you divide by negative 2, then you will reverse the sign of the inequality. تعكس الإشارة بتصير هاي minus 2, and this is of course true. Select all possible solution of this inequality. Let's see what is this inequality saying. You can take the 18y there, keeping the 20y, and let's combine like terms. 20y minus 18y is 2y. 2y more than negative 7. To solve it, you need to divide by 2. So y more than negative 7 over 2. So definitely B is correct. And then you can also write it in decimal form. Negative 7 divided by 2 is negative 3.5. So this is also correct. We have two correct answers here. Now let's move to this question. Solve 12d over negative 5 is more than 2 over 15. I will write it here back. It's very clear that we have denominators here to get rid of. عايزين نتخلص من الدenominator. Now we can make it on multi steps. يعني first you can get rid of the minus 5, then the 15. But since negative 5 and 15, يعني 15 is a multiple of 5 من مضاعفات ال5 الخمسة. إذا أنا ممكن إيش أسوي؟ أضرب بال15 من أولها. I will multiply by 15. This is one of the approaches by the way. يعني في طرق ثانية. If you multiply by 15, then over 5, 1, over 5, 3. But the negative becomes there. So it will be 3 times 12, 36d. And the negative, positive divided by negative, negative. More than 15 goes with 15, and this will be 2. Now we want d, so we will divide by negative 36 both sides. نقسم عليهم. And then, since we are dividing by negative number, we will reverse the sign of the inequality. And when you simplify, it will be negative 1 over 18. This is the solution. Is there another approach? Yes. Remember in the proportions, في equations, في التناسب, we were solving similar to these questions. Let's write it again and we will see which way you like more. What can we do? We can cross multiply. I will do it this way. Now 12d times 15, let's multiply. 12 by 15 is 180. D. And since here we are multiplying negative number by a positive number in the inequality, so I will reverse the sign of the inequality. 2 by negative 5 is negative 10. And simply we want d alone, so we will divide by 180 both sides. 0 goes with 0, and this will be negative 1 over 10. Exactly the same answer. So if you write it this way, the solution in the set builder notation, يعني بطريقة المجموعة, is all values of D such that D is less than negative 1 over 18. Choose the way you like. Both approaches give you the correct answer. Done. Select all solution sets that can be represented by the below graph. Of course, this represents a closed circle, so it is X or E or B or whatever, but they are using X here. More than or equal, since it is to the right, أكبر من أو يساوي minus 2. High solution on the number line. Let's choose which one of them matches with this solution. If you solve A, let's start by solving A. Negative X over 2 less than or equal to 1. I will multiply by negative 2 both sides. So 2 goes with 2, negative goes with negative. X, and since I am multiplying by a negative number, then this inequality will be reversed in عكس, but it will be minus 2. So this one is correct. Let's see B. 2.25x more than or equal negative 4.5. I divide both sides by 2.25, so x is more than negative 2. Definitely the same. Also, this is correct answer. C. C says negative 5x over 4 is less than or equal to 5 over 2. This is B and this is C. Let's try to solve this question. If you multiply both sides by negative 4 to get rid of the 4 here, 4 goes with 4, negative goes with negative, I will be left with 5x. حلو؟ إذا ضربنا ب4 عشان نخلص من المقام. Now, since you are multiplying by negative number, reverse the sign of the inequality. And 2 over 2, 1. Negative 4 over 2 is negative 2. This will be negative 10. Now we want x alone, so I will divide both sides by x. So x more than or equal to negative 2, and this is also correct. Last one, if you divide by 8, then x less than or equal to minus 2, which is different than that one. So expect, for example, in an exam, إن يكون عندك which one is not representing the solution, because you will have one correct answer only, so you will choose D. Read the question carefully. So this is wrong. We have here, in this question, he wants all the solutions, but if it is not representing the solution, then you will solve D. Solve 12x plus 8 more than or equal to negative 4 by 3x minus 2 4x. Definitely we want first to get rid of the brackets. لازم نخلص من الأقواس، نفك الأقواس. So what shall we do? Let's see. 12x plus 8 more than or equal. Distribute. Negative 4 times 3x, negative 12x. Negative 4 times negative 2 is positive 8. And then we will combine like terms together. So I'll bring this 12x there. It will be 24x more than or equal. We have 8 here, 8 there. We can cancel them, or say 8 minus 8, which is 0, if you bring the 8 there. If you divide, of course, by 24, so x is more than or equal to 0. So A is the correct answer, definitely. Which of the following best represent 3 times a number? So assuming that the number is x, so 3 times a number, so 3 times x, increased by, زادت بمقدار, so plus 8 is no more than, ليست أكثر من. ليست أكثر من معناها تساوي أو أقل, less than or equal. A number, the same number, which is x, decreased by 4. قلت بمقدار 4 أو قل بمقدار 4. So the answer definitely is C here. This is the correct answer. Which of the following inequalities has no solution? Remember, when we have no solution, if you have solved the inequality and you end up with just numbers without variables, يعني طلع لك مثلا 2 more than 4, or you have 2 less than 4, no variables, no x, no y, no a, whatever. So then you need to check this inequality. Check. If it is correct, then the solution will be all real numbers. If it is wrong, then it's no solution. Now, this one is always true or always wrong, always wrong. 2 more than 4, أكيد غلط, false. This is false. So since this is always false, دائما خطأ. 2 is not more than 4, so directly we have no solution. But 2 here is less than 4 is always true, so then the solution is all real numbers. Put in your mind that the solution will end up with no variables. Let's see here. If you just look at these questions to avoid solving many times, if you distribute, for example, here, this will be 2 by 6 and 2 by s. So this will be 2s here and 3s here. So they are not the same so that you can cancel and get rid of variables. So this is excluded. أكيد هي مستبعد. This is not one of the solutions. Let's check here as well. Here you will have 2x, and when you distribute here, you will have 2x this side. So also you will not be able to cancel those and get rid of variables. So this one is also excluded from your solution. So you have two options to solve. ضل عندك اثنين عشان تقلل عدد المرات اللي بتحل فيها. So let's solve B and try to simplify as much as you can. Here we have 6W plus 5 more than, distribute 2 times 3W is 6W and 2 times 3 is 6. We have 6W here and 6W there, cancelling, and then we have 5 more than 6. Is 5 more than 6? Definitely it is not true, so it's false, and that means it's no solution. He is asking about no solution, so this is our answer. If you want to check the other one here as well, let's check this one. Negative 5r plus 15, and when you distribute here, it will be negative 5r, negative 5 times negative 2 is plus 10. Cancelling this and that, it will be 15 more than or equal to 10, which is always true. So this will give you all real numbers. Solve the below inequalities. Graph their solution on number line. Let's solve. Try alone. So far, so good. Then you divide by negative 2. And when you, since you are dividing by a negative number, reverse the sign of the inequality. Don't forget that. And then we end up with the variable alone. And when you solve and when you want to graph, then flip and graph. So x is more than or equal to minus 5. Closed circle because there is an equal sign. More than or equal means to the right. And this is your solution. And let's see here. توزيع 30 plus 15 more than or equal to 120. And take the 30 there. Minus 30. Remember, this is plus, so it goes minus. 15x more than or equal to 90. And then you will divide both sides by 15, both sides. X more than or equal. When you divide 90 divided by 15, it is 6. So we have closed circle at 6. And your solution will be to the right. Question 15. Maha's assignment is to read at least 86 pages. إذا الجول الهدف إنها تقرأ 86 صفحة. Maha has read 28 pages. قرأت 28 pages. How many pages P does Maha have left to read? Write an inequality that represents this situation. Then let's rewrite it or try to paraphrase it. نريد صياغتها. احنا ايش عندنا؟ عندنا هي قرأت already, she has read already 28, and the total number of pages she need to finish is 86. So the 28 plus the number of pages left اللي بقيت مفروض يكونوا 86. هلا هي شو بقول؟ How many pages does Maha have left to read? So we will write, we can write it as an equation here, but he is asking for an inequality, so we need to write this. And if you want to solve it, it's not asked here, just say P more than or equal 86 minus 28, it is 58. So she has read at least 58 pages. She has to read at least, يعني لازم تقرأ على الأقل 58 صفحة حتى تخلص المطلوب منها. She has to read at least 58 pages to finish the number needed. Noor has P pens. Same. Noor has P pens. If she buys 6 more pens, يعني plus 6, then multiply the total by 3, all over multiplied by 3. She would still have fewer pens, fewer أقل من أمل, from أمل. أمل has 27 pages, pens. بسرعة كتبناها. And then we will distribute. Take the 18 there. (28) minus 18 is 10. 27, sorry. 27, this one. So it's 9. And when you divide by 9, E by 3, P is less than 3. So Noor must have 1 or 2 pens. أقل من 3. أكيد لازم يكون عندها يا قلم واحد يا قلمين، لأنه أقل من 3 مش أقل من أو يساوي. If it is not less than or equal, then 3 is also included. So P less than 3, and it should be integer عدد صحيح. With that, we end up the revision of part 1, and inshallah part 2 will be in the next video. See you then. Thank you, and إلى اللقاء.